I have been challenged. Challenged to a gargantuan, unfeasible task. Beat Boneworks without killing anything. I have also reached 300 subs on my channel. Complete insanity. The level of support I've been getting is unmatched across this platform. Because of this, I want to make this video special. Beat Boneworks as a pacifist? Why not beat Boneworks as a pacifist without taking damage? So to be clear on the rules, I cannot A, damage anything, or 2, take any damage. Pretty simple, huh? One thing you might notice is my screen will sometimes look like I'm getting hurt. I'm using a mod to set my health as low as possible and to instantly respawn. I think it's a visual bug, since normally you can't change your health, but either way, Ford doesn't scream out in pain from this, so I don't count it as damage. Now let's get into the game. To start off this challenge, we have a massacre. I tried my best to save these lives, but it was all in vain. Less than a minute later, and I witnessed another massacre. I just couldn't bring myself to do it. I would have respawned at least 10 feet back, and that's just unacceptable. I destroyed almost every box here, and the key was in one of the last ones. Typical. This box thing grabbed me and completely failed in trying to kill me. At least, I assume he wanted me dead. Who knows what could have been in that pipe? I encountered my first Omni projector, which wasn't much of a problem. He was too distracted by the other guys to even notice me. I'm pretty cocky this early in the challenge. That'll change. Soon. I blast my way onto this building and completely dominate this nobody.
I'm running circles around you! Circles around you! I got a bucket of chicken.
Following gun safety guidelines, I empty my pistol before giving it to this fine fellow. He responds by trying to kill me. This gentleman slides me a free assault rifle, much like my Boneworks Fists Only challenge. And unlike my Fists Only challenge, I can actually shoot it. Well, I can't shoot anyone with it, but I'll still take it. My genius plan was to climb my way over to this button and drop a mag on it. I didn't anticipate the mags being too light. I eventually dropped the M16 on the button, which worked. I then fell into the room, wasting all of the time and energy I just spent staying out of it. My next genius plan was to cover myself with a garbage can and walk past all the armed enemies. In theory, this should work, except that they can shoot straight through it, sometimes. The Omni projectors are kinda unpredictable. Sometimes they'll insta-kill you, and sometimes they won't even notice you directly in front of them. Tough shit for a run like this. I climbed out of the starting area, which was way harder than it looks. The game seems to load in the runoff area when you stick your head through, which makes it lag to hell. After hitting a dead end, I jumped down and managed to make this guy despawn by hiding from him. I found a pretty great exploit here. First, I climbed up here and activated the platforms you need. Then, during my desperate sprint for safety, I was killed. Magically, I respawned right where I needed to be. It just so happens that the place I need to be is hell itself. This area broke me. My only option is to run through this fence and hook a left to jump down here. Oh yeah, and the place is crawling with Omni projectors. My only option was to use these garbage can lids as shields. Did I mention items don't come back if you die? Yeah, if I make it too far with these shields, they're gone. The only way to get them back is to reload the level. That takes a few minutes. Oh yeah, and if you die after you reload, you respawn at the fucking beginning of the level. After numerous attempts with minutes of loading in between each try, I finally did it. God fucking damn it. I'm gonna be frank with you. Getting through all of that was improbable. Getting through this, impossible. After you get halfway through, you are completely surrounded and you can't block all the bullets. As with all things in life, it's time to turn to Speedrunners for the answer.
Reset it, because... Good job, Steam. Nice job, team. So, yeah.
Okay, maybe a lower level strat.
Obviously, you can't see them. Just try and align with the ledge. Otherwise, you can come over here.
Perfect. It's not exactly a glamorous victory, but a victory nonetheless. My absolute favorite level. Dark as shit and full of enemies I can't kill? Love it. I start off buying a gift that was empty. A sign of things to come? Maybe. Most of this level is a frantic sprint towards the finish. Now that I think of it, most of this run is a frantic sprint. I made it past the tunnel maze and got to the pit room. My first plan was to climb this metal thing and swing across. I lost my grip and decided that plan could never work. My next plan was somehow even stupider. I planned to jump this massive gap and climb my way up. Yeah, didn't work. My third plan was to just charge past the enemies, break the lock, and simply run on. Instead, I fell off the platform and just barely managed to save myself. These nobodies were so bloodthirsty that they threw themselves down to try and get me. I managed to save one of them, but I couldn't pull him up, so I had to let go. There are a ton of close calls like this throughout this run. I feel like most of my successes were by pure luck rather than my ultimate gaming skills. I decided not to push this guy down the stairs like some psychopath and gently sprinted past him. It's funny how you can play through a campaign so many times and still constantly get lost. The sheer amount of enemies in this small hallway overwhelmed me more than a few times. I eventually got through, mostly due to friendly fire. I would have preferred enemies resetting on death, but it's just not an option in this game. The only way to accomplish that would be to reload on every death. Not gonna happen. The warehouse. A nice compact level with multiple approaches. I made it all the way through the warehouse before realizing I didn't bring a battery. Alright, time to skip this whole level. Again. This end part is one of a few parts of this run I knew would be hell, so I had a plan. First, I would completely skip this building by climbing up this pipe. Then, I would get on top and jump down, completely skipping the spawn trigger. Now, it would have been helpful to actually test the bounds of the spawn trigger beforehand. Yeah, so they spawn in no matter what. Big problem. I have to run past at least 3 of these guys to get on the subway. The guys who can insta-kill me with pinpoint accuracy. The only positive is I have a good amount of cover. After numerous failed attempts, 2 of the Omni projectors said, "Fuck it," and decided to literally spawn camp me. They had a workplace disagreement, and I took my chance to run. Didn't last long. Death after death after death, and I made a new plan. Simply get the Omni projector to shoot one of these guys so they can kill him for me. This machine of a man immediately put down the nobody with a perfect headshot. I have one more chance. One chance to break this loop of death. If he kills this nobody, I'm screwed. Now, I have to be honest here. Most of this level was just me getting lost. I got so lost that somehow I found areas I've never seen before. I expertly outmaneuvered these idiots and trapped myself in the security room. One of them tripped over air, I guess? Having went too long without shooting someone, I prepped myself to attack. Not only was there no one to shoot, I'm not even allowed to. Pacifist, remember? This guy fucking demolishes me, and I come to my next roadblock. I have to get past this guy, then a car full of head crabs. My first thought was to lead him out so I can get in. Didn't work. He knocked himself over, which allowed me to get to the second car and immediately die. I tried leading one of the head crabs out and just roll the clip. What?! You gotta be fucking kidding me. Soon after, the head crab jumped past me and the zombie killed himself. Huh. Guess that problem solved itself. Kinda like my marriage! Haha! This next part was hard. Real hard. The first hurdle was figuring out where to go. There are far too many enemies to do anything but constantly sprint around. By the way, you may notice these thrower guys getting a ton of friendly kills. At no point did I purposefully line up any enemies. That's just how destructive these guys are. I think I may have taken every wrong turn possible in this level. The vent was stuck on something, and by sheer luck, I pushed past these zombies without being hit, and immediately got killed by a turret. My final run was a mix of luck and sheer fucking will. Well, I hope you enjoyed part 1. This challenge took way longer than I expected it to, so I decided to split the video to get this part out sooner. I'll try to get the second part finished as soon as possible, and as soon as I finish it, I'll make sure to link it here. Like, subscribe if you enjoy the video and you want to watch part 2. Thanks for the support, seriously. And I hope that you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. See you next time. Have a good one.